made in Hollywood.
The story isn't over for everyone's favorite band of toys as Woody and Buzz Lightyear embark on a brand new adventure in Pixar Animation Studios' Toy Story 4.
Woody? Why am I alive? You are a toy. You belong to Bonnie. These are your friends.
Woody, I have a question. Well, actually not just one. I have all the questions.
I last talked to you for Toy Story 3 in 2010. It was 9 years ago. I am such a different person now. So much has happened. So I'm wondering for you, what
Let's talk about you. What's happened?
I grew up. I'm a lot more serious now. I was a little wild back then. For you, what was it like returning to this character 9 years later?
I'm trying to think of an activity that you don't do very often. It makes me like skiing. I don't ski very often, but you put on skis, you go, oh yeah, and you gotta just make a few adjustments and remember a few things. And generally, what I have to remember is sometimes if I'm fatigued or stressed, Buzz starts to sound too much like me. So I have to get into this. Not simple. He's very direct and authentic, much unlike me.
Who wants to go on a road trip?
Me!
I got a vacation.
You need help with that?
No, I got it. I know, this is a little strange, but we all have to make sure nothing happens to Forky.
Something happened to him.
I recently got to travel to Pixar up in Northern California, where they gave me this whole presentation of Bo and the team Bo and how they decided what her outfit was gonna be, her pants, the cape, the staff, and also just the development of her, of the backstory. Where has she been? What is she like today? Did you get that same presentation?
Yes, of course I did, and I was thrilled. I usually do that work myself on a character. I was like, oh, this entire, room full of people whose only job for the last 4 years has been to make Bo just right.
No. I am not a toy. I'm a spork.
I went up to kind of record voices in the beginning stages, which was a couple years ago. They had all the artwork for The Incredibles out, because it was coming out, and Coco. And so I saw that whole stuff, but I haven't seen what you saw. That must be really cool.
I feel like it might have helped you even more with your character.
Yeah.
Because they gave me the whole background. They were like, here's what went into us deciding how to design him, like how his mind works, what he thinks.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah, I love the fact that everything's a blank slate. It's very simple. He doesn't understand any of the rules of the universe, so when people drop down to the ground, he's just like, why are you guys dropping down? He doesn't get it.
The panic is attacking me.
Change of plans.
Jesse, Ham, Buzz, Bo, Rex, Potato Head.
Hey, watch it, buddy.
Where do we go?
Let's go save a spork.
I watched Toy Story 2 and 3 before I saw Toy Story 4. Actually, before I saw you guys at Pixar. And Toy Story 3 still looked like an animated film, but I know all of the advancements in technology that Toy Story 4 was probably gonna look really real. So that very first shot that opens up on Andy's house, I'm like, oh my God, it looks real, it looks so different. So just tell me about that big jump and the things that you were able to do for Toy Story 4 that you couldn't for the last films.
Yeah, well, our renderers are getting so good now that everything just has this quality, just feels so realistic. And we're not going for realism, but we're going for believability.
What is it with you and trash? It's warm. Ew. It's cozy, I guess. And safe.
The voice actors, we love it. We're a very small piece of this pie. Like, there's so much artistry, so many creators, so many things are going into this movie that have worked so hard, which you saw at Pixar. That is such a larger piece of what they have created.
Do I need to be worried?
Well, my guys are veterans. They'll hang in
On my way, Woody.
Yesterday during the press conference, you said that you'll actually get in there and shoot some lasers.
Yes, it's
character?
embarrassing what you'll end up doing, but there's nobody in the room and you're going, oh, Woody, I'll tell you. And I go through all these stupid gestures, and I love people behind they're going, They don't see any of this. They don't really care what I do. They just said, we got it. All right, do it 16 more times.
This is the one in the RV we were just talking about, where it's between Buzz and Woody. Woody's sitting there. This is he first learns about the inner voice.
Is this it?
The first Toy Story, Andy was 8 years old. which was around the same age. So I basically grew up with Andy with every single film. So I'm wondering, we don't see Andy in this movie, but an almost 30-year-old Andy, what do you think he's doing right now?
This doesn't take place that long after Toy Story 3 has ended, so he's probably...
I think he's still in college.
He's still in college.
Okay,
Yeah.
having a
In
blast.
school, yeah.
Missing his toys.
I don't know, but I bet he's doing very well because he was well loved. His toys brought him up very well.
He's a designer for toys. That's what he is. He's creating a whole other universe of toys that we don't even know about.
That's gonna be quite a jump for you and Duke.
For me,
Let's kaboom.
Go!